Do your shoulders hurt when you do bench press, pull-ups, or overhead press? Watch this video and I'll show you how to fix it. So a couple of my friends have spoken to me recently about having some shoulder problems in the gym. And as an athlete, personal trainer, and somebody who's been working out for about 4 years now, I've definitely ran into my fair share of injuries, a lot of those being shoulder injuries that have stopped me from being able to train. So I've devised my own list of my favorite mobility and strengthening exercises to improve your shoulder health in the gym. The first exercise is going to be dumbbell external rotations on a bench. This is always the first thing I do when I walk in the gym, regardless of if it's an upper body day and I'm doing any sort of pressing, or if it's a lower body day and I'm doing cleans, snatches, front squat, back squat, anything, I always start with these. Now, this isn't always the case, but a lot of people who have pain here in the front of their shoulder usually have weak rotator cuffs and weak muscles on the back side of their shoulder. You might have some sort of muscle imbalance where your chest and your front delts are really overdeveloped and they're pulling everything forward. This is made even worse when you have bad posture from sitting at a desk all day working, or you're always on your phone. Typically, this is the root cause of people's shoulder pain. Now, in my opinion, this is the best kind of external rotation exercise because it's easy to set up, it's stable, and you can isolate one side from the other. Typically, the weaker side or the more restricted side is going to be the side that you feel pain on. Now, to do these, just put your foot up on a bench, get your elbow on your knee. And if you feel any pain in this bottom half of the range of motion, you can stop right here at parallel and just come up to the top. Go down nice and slow. And try to bring your hand all the way up. Try to get that forearm pointing straight up into the air at the top. Now, over time, as your shoulders get a little healthier, and you feel like you can go a little deeper, I would gradually increase that range of motion. I like to kind of lean forward, let the weight pull my arm down before I come all the way back up. Hayden, what's your favorite exercise for relieving shoulder pain in the gym?
Rotator cuff exercises. Banded, internal, external rotation. That's a go-to. Everyone needs that.
Now, as far as reps and sets go, I would start very light, like 5 to 10 pounds max. And I would say do maybe 2 to 3 sets of anywhere between 10 to 20 reps to start. Eventually, as you get stronger and more comfortable, you can load these up gradually, just like any other exercise in the gym. Make sure you have complete control over the entire range of motion, coming all the way up and controlling it all the way down. Now, a good place to be with these is about 10% of your body weight for 10 reps. If eventually you can get up to like 20 to 25% body weight for 10 strict reps, that's like incredible. Usually this will make a pretty immediate difference in how much pain you're feeling, and in a couple of days you should feel your pain significantly decreasing while you're training. All right, exercise 2 is a dead hang and active hang on a pull-up bar. Now that our shoulders are nice and warmed up, we've taken them through some nice range of motion, we've got some blood flow, we're gonna address the second biggest cause of people's shoulder pain, which is tight lats and weak scapular muscles. So we're just gonna hop up on the pull-up bar and hang here nice and easy. Try to relax down into this position as far as you can go, feeling the stretch through your lats. You can push your head through a little bit, push your head back a little bit. Take some deep breaths. And if this is a little too challenging, you can leave your feet on the ground, take a little bit of load off the upper body while you're stretching. You want to work up to being able to do 30 to 60 seconds of hanging right here. Now that we're comfortable hanging, we're going to start working on strengthening the bottom portion of our pull-ups. So we're going to hang here nice and relaxed at first. Then we're going to pull our chest up, pull your shoulder blades back, try to pull your shoulders into your back pockets, then come back down. Really feel that contraction at the top and hold it before you come back down and relax. For most people, doing a set of 10 slow and controlled is going to be pretty challenging, but after you start getting better at these, your stability in the bench press is going to improve, your pull-ups are going to feel a lot better, your posture is going to be better, and your shoulders won't hurt as much. A good place to be with these is a 60-second dead hang and 10 strict reps of the scapular pull-ups, and once you can do that comfortably, you can start working towards a 1-minute single arm dead hang and 5 to 10 reps of single arm scapular pull-ups, nice and strict. I know this doesn't look that difficult, but it gets pretty challenging and it's a great long-term goal to work up to. All right, next we're gonna work on moving our shoulders through a bit more isolated range of motion with some internal and external rotation. We're just gonna grab a band and do some nice and easy over and backs. going nice and slow through any positions that we feel a little more tightness or resistance. For me, this is right around here. We really want to focus on squeezing our back the whole time, like you're trying to pinch a pencil in between your shoulder blades. You can warm up with some band pull-aparts here to really feel that contraction in the back of the shoulder. And as we get more comfortable with these, we can move our hands in a little bit farther. This is going to add more band tension and make that range of motion a little bit more challenging. Now, if you feel any sharp pains at any point, just widen your hands a little bit and go a little bit easier. Take some time to warm up with these. After a couple sets, you should be able to walk your hands in a little farther. These always make my shoulders feel nice and loose. Sometimes you come in the gym and you feel tight or stiff. A couple sets of these, I always feel way better. Okay, the fourth exercise is gonna be a plate pullover. And we're gonna use a plate here because we want our hands to be shoulder width apart rather than in super close with a dumbbell. We're gonna get down with our upper back on the bench, holding the plate on its sides, lower it down behind our head as far as we can go, controlling that range of motion the whole time, feeling a big stretch in our shoulders, our lats, and our chest, then bringing it back up. Think about pushing the plate through the ceiling and reaching back behind your head as far as you can go, pausing in that deep stretch, and then coming back up. With these, it's very important that you start super light. I'm demonstrating with 10 pounds here. Don't just go grab a 45-pound plate and try to do these because it kind of feels like you're gonna rip your shoulders out of your socket. So just take it easy in the beginning and slowly work up to it over time. I would recommend doing 2 to 3 sets of 5 reps with a 3 to 5 second lowering phase, pause at the bottom, then come back up. Really emphasize the deep stretch at the bottom of every rep. Once you can do that with 10 pounds, instead of holding it on the sides of the plate, we're actually gonna hold it on the bottom of the plate with our palms flat against it. We're gonna lower it down just the same. This is gonna put your lats in a little bit more of a stretch. It's gonna make that bottom position a little bit harder. Once you can do a set of 5 like that with 10 pounds, then you can gradually go up in weight. I'll do a couple reps here with 25 pounds. Now I'll do a few with 35 pounds. Now I'm gonna do a set of 5 with 45 pounds. Remember, I've been doing these for months, so start light and work your way up from there. My goal is to be able to do 5 reps normally and then 5 reps with my hands under the plate with these red 25 kilo plates, which is about 55 freedom units. All right, now that our shoulders are feeling basically indestructible, we're gonna do the greatest and most demanding shoulder press variation, which is the full range of motion behind the neck press, starting with the bar on the back. Now, a lot of people will see this and they'll kind of shy away from it because they heard someone somewhere say that behind the neck presses are bad for your shoulders and you're definitely gonna get injured if you do these, but that's just not really true. Yes, if you're forcing these positions and you're lifting way more than you know your body can handle, you haven't been working on your mobility, you're pushing through pain, you're not listening to your body, yeah, you could hurt yourself. But that's also the case with literally every other exercise that you can do inside the gym. But if you work up to things slowly, you give your body time to adapt, eventually you'll get stronger. And your shoulders will become way more resilient when you're not avoiding certain movements or ranges of motion just because you're afraid of them. If you need to start super light, you can literally just grab a PVC pipe and practice doing this with a wide grip until you feel more comfortable. Then gradually move your hands in closer and closer until your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are all basically stacked at the top of the movement. Then you can grab a technique bar or a training bar. If your gym has a lighter barbell, and practice doing sets with that until you get comfortable. Then once you're ready, you can work up to doing sets with a standard 20 kilo or 45 pound barbell. Now, when you start doing these at first, you should give your body enough time to adapt to it. Give your shoulders a couple training sessions to get used to the movement before you really start pushing the weight or going close to failure. Again, I'm very comfortable with this exercise, so today I'm gonna be working up to a 1 rep max to show you guys what that should look like. So let's see what I can do. I'm gonna do a set of 5 here to warm up with 40 kilos, about 90 pounds. As I approach the bar, I'm keeping my back tight, putting the bar on the top of my traps, taking a big breath in, walking back, squeezing my core, squeezing my glutes, and pushing that bar straight up over my head. I'm feeling all the muscles in my shoulders and in my traps firing to keep that bar in a nice straight line. Every rep, go to a full lockout and push your head through. Then, slow and controlled, bring that bar back down to your shoulders. Another important thing to consider is your grip width. Some people are gonna feel comfortable going a little narrower. Some people are gonna feel better going a little bit wider. Play around with it with a light weight and see what's most comfortable for you. Now we're gonna do a set with 50 kilos. This is about 115 pounds. Taking a big breath in at the top, embracing my core before every single rep. Full lockout at the top. All right, we got 1 plate on each side. A good cue for this exercise is imagine you're opening up a window and you're pushing your head through and looking outside. Let's see if we can get a good set of 3. Every time I do these, the day after, I'm super sore in my front delts, my side delts, and in my traps. All right, we got 65 kg, about 145 pounds. Let's see if we can get a double. I'm also making sure that I have a nice wide base. If your feet are too narrow, you're gonna be a little unstable while you're pressing. So get those feet out a little farther than you think you need them. It'll help a lot. Now, typically I would recommend sticking to the 5 to 8 rep range for these. After you've done a couple sets, if you want to drop it down and go to like that 10 to 12 rep range, you can do that too. The whole point of these is to build capacity and strength and resilience in your shoulder. So it's a lot more valuable to go a little higher with the reps rather than just trying to max out all the time. I'm doing this for the video. Let's see if we can get 70 kilos. It's about 155 pounds or Devin's max bench. Not quite there. I'm gonna rest a little bit and try again. All right, Devin's max bench, take 2. And there you go. These will blow up your shoulders and dramatically increase your pressing strength. Again, make sure you're warming up well, work up slowly. You can go behind the neck, you can go in front, whatever you want. If you push these hard once a week, you're gonna see huge progress. Oh, and if we want to talk about strength standards for these, I'd say being able to overhead press your body weight from the front is a great place to be. I just recently was able to hit that mark. I'm very happy with it. The behind the neck press is one of my favorite variations. All right, now to finish it off with my favorite rear delt / upper back exercise, the bent over rear delt fly. You can do these with dumbbells. I use these 5 kilo, basically 10-pound plates, and I usually do these at the end of my workouts. I go pretty light, but over time, you want to add some weight, you can do that. On these, we actually don't want to pinch our shoulders back. We want to let our arms hang nice and long, like we're trying to reach out in front of us. Reach your arms out to the side, like you're trying to touch the walls on the side of the room. Holding it at the top, coming to a complete stop. I would recommend doing a set of 10 to 20 reps. And once you hit failure, just hold it as high as you can go for 10 seconds before you come back down. And then you're done. All right, after doing all these exercises, your shoulders should be feeling great. You should have a good pump rolling. I hope this was useful. Save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need, and send this to someone you know to help them out.